Today, Mr. Sherman, the congressman from the House of Representatives in the United States Congress, talked about the bill serving the purpose of banning crypto, as he said, outlaw cryptocurrency. He's arguing that a lot of the reasons of crypto supporters is that they expect crypto taking the power from fiat, so we can trade oil for dollars, we can apply economical sanctions to other countries, collecting taxes, and so on and so forth. So he is saying that if crypto is about to take this power from our system, then we need to avoid crypto. So ban for purchasing by Americans, having them, storing, etc., etc. And there are a few things about it. First is that it is very unlikely that this bill will be accepted because, of course, there is no such a consensus in the government and there are a lot of supporters of crypto. Second, even if it will pass, it will take enormous amount of time. And even in that case, the crypto will be illegal, but still people will be able to buy it and sell it and store it anyway. And maybe it would be even more profitable for a price action for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies because of the premium for this risk. And moreover, of course, they could ban it in the United States, but despite a lot of the other countries will follow the United States, but not all of them. And will be some territories, some other countries which will support crypto and take it as an advantage to develop this technology when other countries don't. And of course, even if it will be banned, it couldn't be shut down at least. And actually a lot of people are mentioning that this way of saying about crypto is a very nice advertisement of crypto because they finally agreed that crypto is strong enough to take power from fiat, moreover from dollar. So it's not a joke anymore. Either despite of that or because of that, price of Bitcoin is continuing to grow. We saw one more high today, higher than $6,300 on Coinbase, and it's actually started to look pretty much parabolic right now. So like a couple of these days, almost without correction, we went out of this channel. As you remember, we plotted for a while, and in fact recently there was like TD sequential number 9 green candle here, so we'd expect it to go lower at this point. Moreover, the same picture was at 4 hours chart, so you'd think that you should put a short here, but no, the price went higher. And while TD sequential is pretty bearish, was pretty bearish, right now on the daily time frame we have this golden cross of 100 days moving average and 200 days moving average, which is really strong, and the price right now will be above all of 3 moving averages with 2 golden crosses happened, which technically puts us in a pretty much confirmed bullish market right now. At the same time, I wouldn't suggest you to buy, of course, as usual, not a financial advice, guys, but you probably realize that such a long growth would need to be stopped somewhere, and the longer we grow, the harder the correction will be. Although, of course, right now everything looks very strong, and it's hard to believe that we can return to like $5,000 something, but still, those numbers are still in the cards. It could happen. So I wouldn't risk to buy right here simply because the risk-reward ratio is not that great anymore. So if you didn't buy before that, it's probably better to wait until the price will go to correction. Of course, it may grow much higher from that point, but you need to set priorities with risks and long-term rewards which you can expect to get investing at this point or before. Another interesting point is that recently the kimchi premium, the overprice of Bitcoin on Korean exchanges, returned to this high level as it was before this significant drop. So basically all this decrease was absorbed by these 2-3 candles, and usually such an exuberance on Korean exchanges is a pretty bullish sign for the price of Bitcoin. And another thing which is even more astonishing is the dominance level of Bitcoin. It is continuing to go higher with a very small correction which we saw today when it dropped like 1% over here, but very sharp decrease, and it seems like it may be the start of the Bitcoin dominance going lower. Actually, a lot of the altcoins, well, maybe not all of them, but a lot of the altcoins made a huge rises, like Walton Chain about 15% in the peak, Icon 5%, Quark Chain around 5%. It actually was more in the peak again, but now it's correcting. So it seems like we are at least having a chance for the recovery of altcoins. And with all my anticipation during this long period, of bleeding of altcoins basically started actually from somewhere around here. I still would remain careful about this rise, like those dead cat bounces. So we'll see whether this will form a higher high and maybe potentially one more low which will be higher than this low. Then we could say that okay, this is really a possible change of the trend. On the example of Binance Coin, by the way, if you look at the Binance to dollar, which we paid attention for a while before, on the 4 hours chart, especially when you compare it with the stochastic oscillator, now we yet again touched the very low level on stochastic, and the price of Binance Coin was also at the very low value, and now it seemed to be going up. Of course, it doesn't guarantee that it will continue to rise, but it worked so far many times. And by the way, the same thing happened on the daily time frame. So stochastic was very low, not that crazy low, but still very low. Now it seemed to be turning to the upside. So we'll see whether the Binance Coin will be able to have a reversal from that point. And actually, if it would, then I would say this is the bullish sign for the overall market, because one coin wouldn't be able to go against the overall market. Probably it is the similar picture for all the altcoins, at least the majority of them. And speaking about altcoins, there is a nice bounce of the total capitalization of altcoins from the trend line, which we looked before as well. You see here, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 times bounce, and this is the one more bounce right here. Actually, on the hourly time frame or 4 hours time frame, it is even more clear. So you see that this 1 hour candle made this bounce. Again, we need to make a higher high in order to confirm this to be reversed. But looking at the way how this happened previously, like with this sharpness of this drop and this sharpness as well, I don't think that there is a chance for the trend line be broken anytime soon. I think it's actually indicating the exhaustion of this bearish trend. And while we had like lower highs and lower lows, now we have a higher low. So potentially it may go to the upside. But again, be careful with your trades. And so far, let's at least be happy that Bitcoin is making new high. We basically finally returned to the same level as we had around here when a lot of people were buying. So if you're very afraid, you can actually close your positions open here and still be pretty much without loss, almost break even. Okay guys, that is it for today. I hope it was useful. Thank you for watching.